Hi folks, I am here with Kathryn Rattigan. She's going to be one of our keynote speakers for the ARMA Conference 2019, and we're super excited to have her joining us. Kathryn, can you tell us a little bit about your background?
Sure. So I am an attorney I focus pretty much primarily in privacy and cybersecurity. So basically any company that has data, which means if you have one employee, you have data, then we work with them, all different industries, all different issues that come up with compliance on the privacy and security side, and the kind of data that they have, which there's an enormous amount of data that many of our clients deal with, and they're trying to figure out what they can do with it, who they can disclose it to, what laws apply. We kind of run the gamut on what we do for our clients in that range, but it's pretty fun because it changes every day, and it's also scary if you're in this field because you know what's actually happening with your data, and so that can be, I guess, a downfall to this particular practice, but it's very fun for me, and I look forward to sharing more of my knowledge with the group at the conference this year.
Brilliant. And what are you going to be sharing with us at ARMA 2019? What is your keynote about?
So the scary part of it, the topic that I chose to sort of discuss with everyone at this year's conference is about DNA privacy and these companies that are out there offering consumers, for a couple $100, spit in a tube, send it to us, and we'll tell you all about your family, what your genetic predispositions might be, what your wellness profile looks like. And it sounds really cool. I wouldn't do it, but it sounds cool. And what we're going to talk about is sort of what that means and what happens with that data and the difference between, the actual spit in the cup versus the data that they create on you and the genetic profile and who it can be shared with, what the risks might be, and really think about how much data we're collecting, and that this is data that's really sensitive and unique to us, and we need to really think before we are sharing it. And I think it kind of applies to all sorts of data that people constantly share, social media, or just, we'll fill out a form without thinking, they asked for my social security number, so here it is, and do they actually need it? Just thoughts about data collection and use as consumers, and then that we can bring back to our organizations when we're collecting and using and retaining data.
It sounds brilliant. I know nothing of the data privacy of DNA. That is a unique topic. Yeah.
It's interesting, and it's also scary at the same time, because these people think of genetic data the way that when we go to a lab and we get a test done, that we send our blood in, and that's protected under certain laws, and so they can't really do much with it. But these are third-party companies that are just consumer-facing. There's really not a lot out there besides what the industry says, which we'll talk a little bit about that. And some companies are better at it than others, and just making yourself aware, educating yourself, and knowing who you want to share that data with. And even your family, I'll say the scariest thing, I don't want to give away too much of what I'll actually talk about, but my favorite thing is I think about, I'm probably in a DNA database somewhere. You might be, if someone in your family gave a sample. That's the point of it, is there's data about your family. So how much of your family are you sharing when you're not, and I've read privacy policies before that say, make sure you get consent from your family members before you just, and who's going to call their great-grandmother up and say, do you mind if I do this?
Hi, Grandma. Do you mind if I share our personal DNA?
Yes, exactly.
I don't see anyone doing that.
It's very interesting.
Well, I'm excited for this. I feel like our audience is going to learn a ton. This is not an area that I think we've heard about previously at any ARMA conference or on the other side at any InfoGovCon. So I'm super excited to hear from you and learn from you. Our community should be as well. If you are not registered already for the ARMA 2019, ARMA InfoCon 2019, go and register already. You're behind. Go and register. There are only a few tickets that are left. We're nearly sold out.
And it's in Nashville.
Nashville.
Awesome.
Who doesn't want to go to Nashville in October? We're going to have a great time. Go ahead and register at arma.org/infocon, and we will see you in Nashville. Kathryn, thank you.
Thank you.